Let me just say, this trip has really meant a lot to me. It was just me, my dad, my mom, my brother, and we made the trip over to Colorado, USA. I found it to be an amazing time. The road trip kind of flew by for me because I wasn't the one driving. Thank you, Dad. For those of you who are wondering, who the heck is your dad?
Stuff you don't think you'll need immediately.
God.
Hey, we good to go?
Yeah.
You gotta talk.
Hey. All right. So this right here.
You're a little close.
Yeah. We're not in Hawaii anymore.
Nope. And also, this is part 2 of the Colorado trip. So I'd highly recommend watching that one before you watch this one. Me and my family, we were driving over to Fruita, Colorado to visit my great grandmother. This is my dad's grandma, my dad's mom's mom. We call her Grandma Drusy, and she is just the sweetest thing. So on the way there, we had to stop by a barrel house. Just kidding, Cracker Barrel. I've never been to Cracker Barrel, and it was pretty good. I can't complain. It was really good. Hit that on the way, hit In-N-Out on the way. We just did our best to just drive the straight like 15 hours and just get there. Literally went to sleep, woke up, and first thing in the morning there's breakfast made. There's a little bit more sugar than I normally eat for breakfast. I don't usually eat waffles, pancakes much, just because you gotta put syrup on them, and syrup has sugar. But she made some bomb hash browns, some peaches. It was pretty good, and I was very surprised. I was not expecting my great grandmother to make my family of 4 breakfast, especially for more than one day. That was wild. She's wild. She's a trooper. I would tell you her age, but she'd get mad at me. So going into this trip, literally like the week before we left, there was just some issues going on in the family, and I can just say this trip was so good for me. I couldn't have asked for it to happen, really. And so my parents saw the opportunity, and we went for it, and it was a beautiful thing. I can say it really pulled me and my family together. You know, man, we as a unit are so tight right now. We're such in a good knit, and that trip kind of sealed the deal on what's going on with us, and sealed the deal as far as us realizing, man, we are really here for each other in these times, and also sealed the deal for me, considering, you know, I put out that video all the time where I talked about depression and my battle with it here and there. I've went through a lot, and I'm sure you have too, but God is good all the time. And you know, December, November were some pretty heavy months for me, and that trip just really sealed the deal, and made me remember how much I love my family, and how good life really is, and how good it can be. Whoa. There's something special about having a plan and following through with it. It was so cool to see my family pull together and just say, hey, we're gonna visit Grandma Drusy before it's too late. And for all those things out there that you're wanting to do, like, oh, let's do this road trip, let's visit family and all this stuff, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. At the end of the day, family is all we've got. I'd like to say that family is not restricted to blood. So we had perfect timing in the sense that my dad had just got his new Toyota TRD Pro. so excited. That's his baby. He kept, saying TRD Pro. He's posting all his pictures. Hashtag TRD Toyota. TRD Pro, man. And it's just really cool. My dad's literally just like a little kid. And I mean, this clip says it all.
Well, I'm a little kid.
I'm just a little kid. Dude, honestly, if you guys could spend a day with my family, you'd fall in love with my family, for real. Like, my mom is hilarious, my dad's hilarious, my brother's hilarious, all in their own way, yet they're all super loving, all in their own way. And I think that's pretty dope, man. So on day 1, we went up to the National Monument, which was impeccable. I wish we had more time to stay up there and just take it all in. But I took as much in as I could, and it was wonderful. And on day 2, we went to the Grand Mesa. So I don't believe it's like a specific spot. I think it's really similar to the sequoias that we have here in Central California, in the sense that it's like a whole park. I think it's like Grand Mesa, maybe State Park. But it is gorgeous. It's only been a couple times that I could say that I've been in an area that is filled and covered with snow, yet at the same time it's snowing. And that's the coolest thing. Like, hardly even getting rain here, and then just being in just white covered terrain. It's freaking cool, and at the same time, it's not hard to make it look good on a camera. We really just chilled out the whole time. Yes, we went out and drove around and traveled and hit up some coffee shops. Colorado's really nice. I don't think I could live there because too many white people. But yeah, I'm just not used to that. It's so diverse here, and I just like the cultural mix here. My grandma was overall just like a really funny person, in the sense that, like, at one point I put my laptop, I was working on a video and photos on her dinner table, and she was like, please don't put your stuff on this table. This table's my pride and joy. This table's my pride and joy. And I was like, no problem, grandma, no problem. And later on, she was like, Seth's a good boy, he listens.
Well, Seth, we know Seth. He's good-hearted. We can tell him something and he listens.
Yeah.
And that's nice of him.
It's just really funny. She has her routine down. It's so down. And when people come and visit, it totally messes up her routine. It totally does. But at the same time, she loves us, so she's like trying to work around it and fit us into her schedule. So that was really interesting. Like, she would go to bed at like 7 and expect us to go to bed, and she'd get upset if we were staying up because she wanted to sleep. And oh my gosh, so it was pretty wild. It was intriguing. Yeah, we all did what we could to respect our roles. We didn't want to get beat. With this video, I know I've already said I had a good time, and I already said that, I love my family. But this was a really meaningful time for me because God is showing me that not everything lasts forever. Where my family, like large family, was at a year ago is not at all where it's at today. And so it's really a trip to just look back and be like, okay, things can change overnight. People can hate you overnight for no reason, for their reasons. And at the same time, even if I have just as much love for someone in my heart, something can happen and the next day they could hate you for God knows what. And it's really a trip just to see how things change. With change being inevitable, I'm faced with the decision to enjoy where I'm at, to enjoy the blessings and the grace God has on me and my family right now. And so with maybe some parts of my family not being happy with me and my family, with that being true and that being what's going on right now, me and my family are choosing to just love people still, and to just live in this moment and try and enjoy it. And at the same time, just life continues to change and push you forward, but at the same time brings you into other people's lives and other people's walk. And it's really interesting to see where God is bringing my family And so I don't know where 2019 has in store for me, as well as my family, but I really am just searching for inner peace, and I invite you guys to come on that with me. Come on this journey with me. Our life should not be dictated by those around us. It should be dictated by that still small voice, the inner voice that I believe is God, that I believe is the Holy Spirit. And He speaks to us, and He guides us through. But yeah, He speaks to us, and He guides us through everyday life. With this year being the year of freedom, not that that's a fact, but that's what God has been showing me. And that's what I mentioned in the video I made all the time. And God was revealing to me that to have freedom, I must surrender. Me surrendering my past addictions, my current addictions, my shortcomings, and me doing and having these trials, just me surrendering and giving it to God. And at the same time, He's asking me, Seth, put your trust in me. A while ago, I used to always say, God, I love you, God, I love you. And then I heard the scripture, if you love me, you will obey my commands. And then I realized, wow, I don't love God as much as I thought I did. And now I'm faced with this, God saying, Seth, do you trust me? And just a few weeks ago, I would have said, yes, I trust the Lord, yes, I trust the Lord. But He's showing me that I don't trust Him as much as I thought I did. And so just with that, I'm just praying and believing for this year to be a year of freedom, but a year of surrender. And to have that surrender, I'm just praying that the Lord reveals to you through His wisdom what it is that we need to surrender to Him, what it is that we need to figure out, and just like kill off. I'm trying to kill off laziness, because I put out that one video. I put out that video, help self, help others, and I was pumped at that time about waking up early. And to be honest, that lasted a month, and and then after that is when I hit that depression in November and December, and I'm just really trying to kill off this laziness and just keep fighting for freedom, and to do that, it requires me surrendering to Jesus. And so I thank you guys for watching. I know this isn't at all what you probably expected, and it's not at all what I expected either. And so I just thank you for being here. I really do. So I thank you all. I love you so much. Consider subscribing. Consider showing some love, and I'll do my best to show it back. See you guys. I'm back.